Using this book, Ultimate Rose. This is my reference book. Great book. It's in my Livestream section of my Amazon store if you want to check it out. It's out of print, but it is there, and it's a great book if you're into drawing roses and you want to know a lot of different kinds of roses. You want to learn, different types. You want to get some data points, but not too much. It's good for the photos are beautiful. I always suggest that you get several different reference photos to draw from. Don't just draw from one, because first of all, that is very limiting in your scope of what the plant actually looks like. Because you can only see so much in one photo, but also it's, not safe in terms of copyright as well. So you definitely want to not use just one reference and not, copy something directly. So that's my that's the little disclaimer there. It has a wide breadth of different roses in this book. It's really cool. I mean, cool names, right? Elizabeth Taylor. Elizabeth Taylor Rose. Let's see which one that is. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the Elizabeth Taylor Rose. And it kind of looks like it would be too, doesn't it? So I'm looking for, oh, that's a beauty. Oh, Dolly Parton. There's a Dolly Parton rose. How cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's the Dolly Parton rose. That's a beauty too. Harry Wheatcroft. Okay, let's draw. That's what we're here for. We're here to draw. So, oh, that's a gorgeous rose. What is that? Which one is this? I want to see what this is. Opposite page. Pierre de Ronsard. Ooh, that is beautiful. Wow. That's like a triple petal one. Looks really packed. I love roses with tons of petals. I like flowers that are like that have tons of petals in them. That you could just take a nap on it. I love that. Ooh, hot tamale. Hey, I guess today we're just looking through my roses book here. So if you know of any good streaming platform that you like that is not $40 a month, please let me know. I'm considering using OBS Studio, which is open source and free. That's probably what I'm going to end up using, actually. But before I do that, I have to learn how to use it. And open source is great, and free is great, but oftentimes, there's a little bit of a learning curve. And I'm fine with learning curve, but learning curve can take some time. So that's the scoop. So this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 petals, and they kind of overlap. This one has 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, most of these have 5 petals. I'm gonna just start drawing this one because it's here, and I need to make a decision. And that's I think that's kind of the theme of the day, actually. Making a decision, because I have some other interesting news that I've just learned. And I'm very stubborn and I'm very loyal. And but once you make a decision, you have to kind of make a decision. And I've been an Adobe user ever since I started using computers, really. 1990. I want to say 1994. I think it was really 1995, though. 2, 3, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 5. So most of these, 1, 2, 3. I think these have 5 petals. Okay. So let's say let's go with 1995. So if I started learning computers in 1995. My first job was a crash course in Photoshop. And I went in kicking and screaming, but I also knew that I had to support myself and that I had to like change with the times, right? Because when I went to college, computers were like starting. I mean, computers actually started a long time before then, but I like wasn't into it. Like I kind of saw the writing on the wall. Like I kind of knew that eventually they were going to be in my life, and I was definitely kicking and screaming because I knew I was a creative and I needed to make a living, and I was going to have to adapt. And that can be not fun to do. To that can be not fun to have to come to those realizations. So I was a painting major in college. I went to art school, and someday I'll talk about my two different schools. And I went to two different schools, but I'll talk about that another day. No, I'm not going to focus on that today. Okay, so when I got out of school, I worked in an art store, and then I had a bunch of other jobs too. But I had my first like computer job was basically learning Photoshop, um, learning Photoshop, you know, and doing other stuff. so so for all the ups and downs that I got from that job, I was grateful that I learned how to use Photoshop. I also learned how to use Premiere, although that didn't stick, but Photoshop did. And even today, I don't edit photos. Even today, I don't edit in Premiere. I never adopted Premiere to edit my videos. And I think it's because I always want to take, because you're going to have to learn anyway, and that's great. And I kind of feel like when you learn one thing, learn like what's the shortest distance to learn whatever software is the shortest distance to done for you that gives you the results that you want. So that's what I did with video when I started doing video. And I used ScreenFlow for many years, and I don't use ScreenFlow anymore. But I did. I had the Adobe. Okay, I'm getting off track. I had the Adobe plan with like all the softwares. But I actually purchased a different one because it was easier for me to use, and the learning curve was, less. So I used that for a long time until it started like giving me issues. But let's see. But Adobe, I got an email from Adobe today that said, "Dear Kathy, you've been with us a long time, and we're changing your plan. And your plan is now going to be like $70 a month starting in October." And to be honest, like I've been trying to untether myself from Adobe for a long time now. And I even went so far as to download, this is years ago, maybe last year, maybe the year before. It was like in the past couple of years. It might have been last year. I downloaded Affinity Designer, and I was going to learn how to use it, which I never did. because I still had my Adobe, and it's like if I don't need to, I'm not like put in a position where I absolutely, and this is like a human thing, right? Because we all do that. Um, I'm not like put in a position. There we go. Just wanted to check and make sure my voice was coming through. Um, yeah, I just decided that I was gonna try to learn Affinity Designer and give Adobe the heave ho, right? So I that was great intentions, didn't happen then. In fact, just like a few days ago, which is kind of serendipitous and weird, but just a few days ago I deleted the Xfinity Designer software that I had downloaded that time from my computer, just to get, to just clean things out, get rid of things that you don't use. And I got that email today, and I mean, I'm just like, it's time for me to go. It's time to go, because I don't use the Adobe software. Like, it's changed so much. I don't even use it that much anymore. Like, I still use it, but as I don't use it for like a tenth of of what, you know, of what it can be used for. And there's other things that can do the job just as well. So I already subscribe to Canva, so I can do a lot. I already do a lot in Canva. I guess I've been like untethering for like a year now, in a way. Now I just have to learn Affinity Designer. And and I think it'll be fine because the things I do in Adobe now, in Photoshop and Illustrator, are pretty straightforward, and have to do with like mostly pre-existing files or just like templating something. Or in the case of Illustrator, really all I do in Illustrator is vectorize things, and I can do that easily in Affinity. I don't even need to know Affinity to know I can do that easily, and that there's going to be a way for me to do that. So basically, I jumped in today. I went and I purchased it. I purchased Affinity, the Affinity package. So it's going to be bye bye Adobe for me, finally, after all this time. But it's fine because I already had one foot out the door anyway. I had already started the process of that untethering for a long time now. So, and it's just not my direction. I'm just not. AI is good for a lot of things. Like, I am not denying this, but I don't want it in my art. I don't want AI anywhere near my artwork. And, you know, it's just not my bag. It's just not where I it's not where I am. So that's fine. Good. Enjoy. Adobe, enjoy yourself. Go be Adobe, and I will not be there. I will not be there. So today at 12:30, I'm not having a quiet live today. Oh, and by the way, yesterday's quiet live was not quiet anyway. It was yesterday's quiet live. This is an eraser, gummy eraser. Yesterday's quiet live ended up being a talky live. So that was fun. I really enjoyed it. And, you know, maybe we'll do more talking in the future. Maybe I actually renamed yesterday's not a no talk live stream because it was not no talky. It was talky. So That was a lot of fun. And it was kind of during that live that I really decided that I was going to really start looking seriously at um, I was going to start looking seriously at streaming platforms, because I think it's time, I think it's time to up my game. But I have to do it responsibly, because, I'm not paying $44 a month for streaming when there's OBS available. So, but, I'll just have to see the level of complexity and stuff. And if I have it, once I have it set up, if it's easy to use every day, which I don't see why it wouldn't be. But, and honestly, if there was one that was like kind of idiot proof and it was $20 a month and it was 1080p, I would do that for, the time in between the little pocket of like learning curve. I would do it. I would do it for like a month. I would even do it for 2 months. And if OBS didn't exist, I would probably do it as a regular thing. But the level of subscription that I would get, like the tier above free with these, is like generally like between 35 and 44, between 35 and $45 a month, and I don't want to pay that. I really don't want to pay that. So I would pay 20, 19, do like 15 to 20. I might even do, 25 would be pushing it, but I would probably even do that. But I have to draw the line at 35, 40. Where is everybody today? Where is everybody today? All right, this is a Robin Redbreast. So let's do some lettering. Let's look up some data points real quick on my phone. Data points, Robin Redbreast. And if you're ever wondering what I Google, it's name of the rose and data points. That is what I Google when I'm looking up information on a particular rose. American Robin. Oh no, that's not what I want. Robin Redbreast Rose. Okay, don't forget to put the word rose in there. Rose. Rose. Let's see if something good comes up here. Rosa. Robin Redbreast Rose. Mini flora or patio rose cultivar developed by Interplant in the Netherlands in 1983. Interesting. A dwarf, bushy, and spreading rose that grows up to 2 feet high and 30 inches to 4 feet wide. Up to 2 feet high. Up to 2 feet high and up to 4 feet. 30 to 48 inches. So 30 inches is 1224. It's 2.5 feet to 4. Why didn't they just say 2.5 feet? Why the 30 inches? Why are you confusing me, Google? Physical characteristics: a dwarf, bushy, and spreading rose. All right, let's work that. First, it's called Robin Redbreast Rose. I'm going to sharpen my pencil. Robin Redbreast Rose. Okay. All right. Robin I don't like how I did that. I'll change it. Not in the right spot. Can I fit the word breast here? Let's see. Robin, red, B. Yeah. The benefit of pencil, you can move stuff around. B. Let's skinny things up a little bit here because I ran out of room before. Robin, red, B. R. Can I fit it? Oh my gosh. It's looking tight. A-S-T. Let's try. Let's see if we can do this. I don't know. I don't know. No. It's not going to work. Oh man. Come on. Come on. Let's make some room. All right. Well, this is, good thing. See, it's like a real fine line between, there's a fine line between, sketching out your design to save time versus sketching out your design and then spending more time on this kind of stuff, right? It's like I could do this all day. You know what I mean? I could do this all day, and that is not the goal. Let's see here. R again. Red. I could like redraw the text all day, and I would never finish this piece. So I have until 11 to finish this, and we're going to get it done. And then today I am not doing my 12:30, but I will be back tomorrow on the 12:30 live stream. And I am also, another scheduling change this week is Friday. I will not have an afternoon live stream, but I will have the morning live stream. All right, this time we're going to fit everything in here. Okay, all of our lettering is going to fit here. I like this lettering that I did here. I like this sort of traditional looking lettering for this. Robin, red dress, and then we're going to bump it up. We're going to bump it up when we do the ink. We're going to bump this up. I don't know if there's any way I'm going to finish the ink today, but I'm going to try. And I'm also going to do my R. I don't know if I like that. Do that. So for anybody watching who has just come in, I usually just go right in with my ink. But today I am, excuse me, froggy throat. Today I am doing pencil first, just to see if I can get more done in less time if I, or like kind of stick to the script a little bit. And what am I trying to say? I want to have more balance up front and to not doing a test, seeing if I don't have to correct correct things, um, you know, in ink, like make corrections that, does that make sense? Could have been different. It could have been different if I did a pencil sketch. That's basically what it boils down to. Mini flora or patio rose, and we got some Google data points here. Dwarf bushy spreading rose. Do we have a scientific name? Okay, so Google is giving me both rose as well as the bird. So I'm just picking out the information that's okay. 4 to 8 petals. Small, single petaled blooms. 4 to 8 petals. 4 to 8 petals. Single petaled rose. I'm going to write rose right here because we want to make sure. Actually, this is going to be in a rose book, so of course it's going to be a rose. To 8 petals, but I'm going to keep this. I think I'll just keep this spot empty because I might want to put something in there later. We have single petal. Single petaled blooms. B O O O M S. I like staggering. That's nice. 4 to 8 petals. Oh, maybe I should just write single blooms, 4 to 8 petals. Let's do that. I don't really want to. Let's do this, actually, even better. Let's do single 4 to 8 petaled blooms. That'll be better. Single 4 to 8. 4 to 8 petaled. E. 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 Okay. Let's make a bigger D there. That works. Let's make a bigger L. Yeah. Okay. I'm kind of liking the sketching, honestly. I mean, they both have merits. Not sketching and going directly in with my ink has merits for sure. I love doing that. I love flying without a net, but this is good too. This has it's a different vibe. Beds, borders, containers, ground cover. Let's do that. Actually, first I'm going to make this bigger. Single. I'm going to make my words single bigger to match the other ones. Single 4 to 8 petaled blooms. Right. And hardy 6B through 9B hardiness zones. Let's do hardiness zones here. Just sort of picking out what I'm doing and where here. Hardiness zones. The light's on. Okay, good. Just adjust that light a little bit. Hardiness zone. This is a big stagger your lettering spread here. Hardiness zones 6B through 9B. 6B through 9B. Awesome. I could have this. I could have this flower. The reason I picked this flower, it's right here, is honestly because it's not what you expect from a rose. It's just a simple, cute little flower. It looks like a pansy. And I really do want to mix it up in my rose book. I want to mix it up. I want to have like different styles, you know? No fragrance, small, glossy, medium green leaves, well suited. Let's do this. Let's mix it up and do some cursive, shall we? Well suited. For. And then we have beds, borders, containers. We're just going to keep up with the cursive. Beds, borders. I'm going to do that a little bit. Hopefully a little better. A little better. Beds. Let's move my hand rest down. Beds. Borders. I think I'm going to finish this tomorrow. I think we're going to sketch it today. We're going to finish it tomorrow because I have a doctor's appointment to go to today. Containers. And I'm not going to finish this in 12 minutes. But I am going to finish the sketch in 12 minutes and then we can come back tomorrow. Containers. And coming up, I'm going to do a calendar of projects. And I'm going to post it on my posts tab in my YouTube channel. So upcoming, I will have spooky fall lettering. And I want to do some pumpkins, pumpkin art. Maybe some like unexpected pumpkin art, like, you know, something a little different. And I'm also going to do some junk journaling. And I'm going to do some like photobombing style art because I love to draw on magazine pages with my paint pens. And it's really fun and very exciting way to jump into, you know, something creative to draw that you're in a reactive state. You're not like in the state of creating from scratch. You're in a state of reacting from something that's already there, which is really fun. And there's a really low barrier to entry. And it's super fun. One more word. Ground cover. For beds, borders, containers, and ground. So I will put that. I don't want to make any promises I can't keep, honestly. So I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do that, but I don't know when that'll be up. Sometime this week. And okay, we got a good, and then this also gives me room to sort of play if I want to, and I do want to, do some flourishes, like just off the cuff, not planned out, because I get really bored. Like if something is, there's arguments for both sides. There's arguments to sketch out, obviously, for obvious reasons. You need to sketch out a lot, sometimes depending on the use. You know, if you're just drawing in your sketchbook, maybe you don't. But I think that it builds muscles that you don't get when you sketch. I think when you just go into something cold and you're not sketching it out ahead of time. So I do think that's a really good practice to do, like exercise. But I do understand, obviously, that sketches are necessary a lot of the time. So I like this. I don't know what I want to put here. I feel like I'm going to put something there, but I'm not sure what. But here I am just adding flourishes. Okay, there we go. And it's fun. I like to do that. All right, I think I want to put something there, but I'm not sure what. And yeah, we will finish this tomorrow. So we have somewhere to start. And we will ink this. We will ink this guy tomorrow. And I hope you have an amazing day. Good day. I have a doctor's appointment, and I'm going to go to that soon. Going to ink this tomorrow, and I hope you have an amazing day, and I hope to see you tomorrow. All right. Take care. Bye. 10 o'clock tomorrow. Bye bye.